Because life is fun. With
99.1 FM. This is the news on top of the hour.
Live from our studio in Georgetown.
Kaieteur Radio, 99.1 FM.
Good morning and welcome to this morning's newscast on Kaieteur Radio. Kevin Smith here. Let's get to the news in detail. On June 22, 2021, the Environmental Protection Agency announced that it had taken the decision to withdraw the revised Environmental Impact Assessment or EIA guidelines for 2020 for mining, forestry, hydropower, thermal power, electricity transmission, and offshore petroleum exploration and production. It has opted instead to use guidelines from 2 decades earlier, which is the EIA Guidelines 2000, volumes 1 to 5. The announcement came 6 days before the EPA announced that ExxonMobil applied for environmental authorization for the $900 million gas-to-energy project, while adding that it requires the company's local affiliate, ESSO, to conduct an EIA before it considers giving approval. The excuse given by the EPA for walking back on the 2020 guidelines, is that it needs to facilitate broader consultations on the documents. In other news, in a statement to the media yesterday, GAWU disclosed that it is in receipt of numerous complaints from Guyanese who say they are employed in the oil and gas sector and are being treated unfairly. The union said these complaints were recently lodged with its oil and gas branch. Expounding further, GAWU said chief among the complaints received was the notion that the Guyanese employees appear to be inferior to their foreign counterparts. Despite there being identical duties in some cases, GAWU said the Guyanese workers have lamented that there exist vast discrepancies in their respective rates of pay. Additionally, and I quote, they are required to work extended periods consistently. Apart from that, after their long shifts, they are required to attend meetings and undertake other briefings without any pay, thereby restricting their time to rest and recuperate for another day's work. And moving on, the Ministry of Agriculture on July 7th hosted a contract signing as it advances the execution of its 2021 work program. GAWU inked 3 contracts totaling $183,750 Guyana dollars for the supply of several critical pieces of equipment as part of the corporation's move to revitalize and advance sugar cultivation and production in Guyana. The 3 contracts were signed with Genequip for the supply and delivery of 8 disc plows, 6 trailing harrows, and 10 four-wheel drive agricultural tractors. 5 of the tractors will be used for mechanical tillage, while the other 5 will be used for operating mechanical rotary drain ditchers. And now let's tell you, in keeping with an aid agreement between Korea Customs Service, or KCS, a tax organization in South Korea under the Ministry of Economy and Finance, and GRA, a delegation of 6 consultants from Korea Customs Service, recently visited the local tax body and commenced consultations for the modernization of Guyana's customs administration. The 50-day visit to Guyana is part of an effort to strengthen cooperation between GRA and KCS, which will conclude with the delivery of a final report detailing recommendations for a future model of Guyana's customs administration. And now let's tell you, 34-year-old Tilakram Dindial, a truck driver of Hope West Enmore, East Coast Demerara, was arrested on Monday after he ran over a goldsmith with his truck. He was charged on Thursday for causing death by dangerous driving, contrary to Section 35(1) of the Motor Vehicle and Road Traffic Act. He appeared at the Vigilance Magistrates Court before Magistrate Fabaya Azor, where he pleaded not guilty. As a result, he was placed on $500,000 bail to return on August 8, 2021 for trial. On Monday, around 19 hours 30, 38-year-old Rajan Prasad, a goldsmith of Fowlis, East Coast Demerara, was crushed to death by the motor lorry, which was driven by Tilakram. In other news, a 21-year-old man was on Thursday taken into police custody after it was alleged that he raped a 16-year-old girl sometime in August last year. We understand that the incident occurred in Region 9 and that the young man and the girl are related to each other. It was reported to the police that the two were sexually involved, and according to reports, the girl was questioned, following which she confessed to what had transpired. A report was subsequently made at the Lethem police station on Thursday, and acting on information received, the young man was arrested later that day. An investigation into the matter has since been launched. And to wrap things up this morning, let's tell you yesterday the Ministry of Health reported that another 3 persons who tested positive for COVID-19 have died. According to the ministry, the latest fatalities are that of a 75-year-old man from Region 4, a 66-year-old woman, and a 36-year-old man, both from Region 5. As a result of this, the country's COVID-19 death toll has now moved to 489. Further, the ministry in its daily COVID-19 dashboard recorded 77 new cases, bringing the total number of confirmed cases to 20,834. The dashboard also shows that 11 patients are in the COVID-19 ICU. According to the ministry, there are 87 persons in institutional isolation, 1,336 in home isolation, and 10 in institutional quarantine. To date, a total of 18,911 persons have recovered from the virus.
Reaching hundreds of thousands. Advertise today and watch your dollar grow. Call us on 225-8465 or 226-8210 today.
Time to get vaccinated. COVID-19 vaccination sites, Vredenhoek Stelling, Monday to Friday, 9 a.m. to